Time used to make sense. We marked it with birthdays, school bells, Monday mornings, weekend plans, and then it stopped, or sped up, or slipped sideways. Ask anyone what they remember about 2020.
I'm Kiran. I'm currently a final year student in medical college. I'm studying pathology. FSC was hard during COVID because all the MDCAT and everything. Life got so fast and everything. सब कुछ इतना एब्रप्ट एकदम से हो गया था. पहले लॉकडाउन हुआ. इनिशियली पहले बहुत खुशी हुई कि लाइक काइंड ऑफ थोड़े से पढ़ाई का बर्डन कम होगा, थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेस कम हो जाएगा.
Hi, my name is Aisha Jan, and I'm a third year student at International Islamic University Islamabad, and I'm currently studying media and communications. How has COVID affected me, my life? I would say that it was a tilt, it's like my world tilted at its axis.
This is a story about what comes after, about the years we lived in fast forward and rewind at once. This is Out of Sync, a documentary about collective amnesia and what it means to remember in a world that forgot.
That pre-2020, so right before COVID hit, I was basically a 17-year-old freshly graduated out of high school, and basically pretty much, just thinking about what to do with life. And I wasn't even in Pakistan, so that was, a different thing because I was, born and raised in the Gulf. So back in Qatar, I was just, living life, and nothing about this type of a future ever crossed my mind. So that was pre-2020. And then when COVID hit, it was just like it was a tilt, it's like my world tilted at its axis. It was just weird. It was all of a sudden, because I was yet to, go to uni. I was just taking a gap semester kind of a thing. And so I didn't know, because then 2020 came and suddenly everything changed in my life as well. Because, with how COVID came and like how so many industries were affected, and worst of all, the airline industry. So, how my dad, now a retired engineer in Qatar Airways, so he had to also retire at the time, and everything just came tumbling down all at once. So, and then I had to come and completely just up and move my entire life here to Pakistan, from a different world to a completely different world. I had to step into a culture that was mine but wasn't, if you know what I mean. I'm a third culture kid, so for me to be, surrounded by a culture that, I would call my ethnic culture, but it's hard because I wasn't exactly born and raised in, in a specifically Pakistani culture mindset, So it was definitely a very big change. My whole life changed, honestly.
We thought we'd find answers, or patterns, or maybe a way to fix what we lost. But all we found were echoes, reverberations of a time that no one can quite place, and no one can fully forget. Maybe that's all memory is. Not a record, just residue. And that residue is enough. Time used to make sense.